together for the very funny Braydon Lynch.
All right, keep it going for Leanne. How you all doing? You doing all right? All right, that's good. My name's Braydon. I'm from Saskatchewan. I moved out here a few years ago, and honestly, it was tough meeting new friends, right? I started chatting up these hipster dudes, and they were like, "Hey, man, are you into D&D? Did you play D&D?" And I was like, "Drinking and driving? Yeah." Kick ass at it. I'm from Saskatchewan. That's all we have to do there. Plus, our roads are completely straight. You have to drink some beer to make it a bit of a challenge, right? I'm good at drinking. Some would say I'm pro because I had to quit drinking, right? And most people, when they quit drinking, they hit the rock bottom, right? Maybe they end up on the streets or they lose a partner. My rock bottom, I drank 2 bottles of red wine in one night. I was like, I'm my mom. I'm lonely, depressed, and drunk in the bathtub again. No, I do stupid things on my phone when I was drinking, right? I do dumb things on my phone. I did this a couple months ago. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I started a group chat with my brother, my brother's girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, and my divorced mom and dad. And then 5 minutes later, I text them all saying, "Suck my dick, you faggots." And then I woke up, and the only one who responded was my dad. And all he said was, question mark, question mark. You're the fag. So, I'm sober now. I've been working with a therapist. I got a new therapist, and it sucks when you get a new therapist, right? Because you got to give them a timeline. You got to catch them up on your life, right? And I was like telling him, I was like, yeah, I told her, I was like, I had, my last relationship. I said, we got in a fight, one night. And she's like, and you hit her? I was like, no, I didn't hit her. I never hit a woman in my life. She's like, okay, all right. And I'm like, so we broke up, and I went manic for a couple months, and then I got a new girlfriend, and I'm like, we were in Costa Rica, we had been doing some drugs, and we got into an argument, we got into a fight, and she's like, and you hit her? I was like, no, I didn't hit her. I was like, wait a minute, did somebody hit you? Is there something you want to talk about? So we kept going with the timeline. I told her about my drinking, and some of my problems, right? We ended the session, and she's like, okay, here's the invoice for the session. It was $150. So I fucking hit her. See if you guys like this one. I feel like it's tough to believe what you see in the news nowadays, right? The news, there's so much false information, right? Especially with the war over in the Middle East right now, right? I don't know what to believe, right? They're saying the people in Gaza, they're starving, right? And I'm like, I thought they were supposed to be fasting this month anyway. Darker joke? I think 99% of hockey players are gay. Bisexual or bi-curious at the very least. And I say that as a former hockey player. Played hockey for a lot of years of my life. And honestly, up until I was 12, 13 years old, I had no frame of reference for what gay could be. But when we started showering after hockey practices, I was like, I think this is gay. Guys were whipping their dicks around, they were peeing on each other in the shower. I'm like, yeah, this is gay. Probably the definition of it, right? And you don't know it because hockey players are so broy, right? They're like, oh, we're into chicks, man. We like banging chicks. I'm like, I kind of think you like dicks. I can only speak for myself on this one, but I kind of think you like dicks, right? Guys, I'm going to ask you to be vulnerable. Clap if you like seeing a dick come. That guy who laughed is the only guy who I trust. Everybody else, you're all fucking liars. Every guy likes seeing a dick come. If you didn't, it wouldn't be at the end of a porn video. When have you ever went to a movie and the best part's at the start? It's not. It's at the end when there's that cum shot, right? For me, when I'm watching porn and I see the dick come, I'm like, yeah! But then I see the man's face attached to it, and I'm like, ugh. That's why ideally, I think my dream partner is a trans woman. Yeah, it's like a Freudian thing. I want them to have my mom's tits, but also my dad's dick. It's like, I'll suck on both. Let's go. My girlfriend hates that joke. It's a pretty good relationship, but there are differences, right? Like she likes dirty talk during sex, right? Round of applause if you like that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I never really liked the dirty talk, right? And she's like, "This is my thing. You got to get into it." And I'm like, "All right." And I got into it. Now I think I might be into it too much. And I'm like, I think we crossed this line we can't come back from, right? I don't know if I can marry her anymore. Right? Say we get married and we have kids, right? One day our kids get their hormones, and the one's like, "Shut the fuck up, Mom, you're a bitch." In my head, I'm like, "Yeah, that's it, son, get it to her." Like, she is a dirty girl. She likes getting choked during sex. And that's a weird one. And all I can say is if your partner likes getting choked during sex, you can only do that in the relationship up until the point in time you've had a serious fight. After you've had a serious fight, it doesn't feel appropriate anymore. Right? Like the other day we were having sex and she's like, "Oh yeah, choke me." And I'm like, "All right, why don't you fill up the fucking Brita filter?" I'll tell you guys this, I've actually only dated 2 girls that were from Ontario. They were from Oshawa and Windsor. Honestly, they were the exact same person. It was kind of like dating the trash and then the recycling. They were so similar, it was like a Chevrolet Cavalier and a Pontiac Sunfire. Like they looked the same, they drove the same, they just had different logos on their lower back. All right, I've been Braydon Lynch. You guys are going to enjoy the rest